The internet loves to tell you how many days you should spend visiting one location. And while this can be a valuable resource for trip planning, ultimately I feel that these sites prioritize bigger towns and cities and forget the smaller stops along the way. For example, when you visit Marrakesh, lots of people recommend a short day trip to Essaouira. I've read countless times that, quote, you only need a day in Essaouira. But I'd argue those people are really missing out on an essential Moroccan experience. I ended up allowing us 4 days to visit Essaouira. Since this was our first stop in Morocco, I thought it would be a good way to ease into the shock of a new country and its way of life. At first, we were definitely on guard and constantly looking over our shoulders. Concerns grew that maybe we budgeted too much time, not only in this small beach town, but in Morocco as a whole. We quickly realized, though, just how easy this place was to wander and explore, while also not having your boundaries intruded upon. This is something we had heard was a hot commodity in nearby Marrakesh, for example. As we spent more time within the Medina walls, we started talking to more people and opening up from our shells. After we had been there for about 24 hours, the chaos of the Medina felt completely comfortable. It was as if we were absorbed into the energy of the town and became a new, small part of this much larger being. But it certainly took more than a short day to get to this point. There was really one defining experience, though, that bumped Essaouira up from great city to one of the favorite places I've ever been. And that was our walking tour with Miriam, a California native who's a transplant to Essaouira and has been living here for about 9 years. We did this on our second day, and it gave us such a unique perspective into the day-to-day lives of the residents living here. Meeting and conversing with these locals allowed us to really truly understand how everyone depends on one another, and that the population is really not out to get us as we may have initially worried. We felt like we became part of the Essaouira family. This town is kind of like an onion. There's just so many layers to peel back. On the surface, it feels like a popular coastal town with a cute historical Medina, but more importantly, underneath that surface, it really is just a collective of people watching out for each other and supporting one another. After going to bed on our fourth day, we were grateful we had spent a little more time here than we may have been recommended. It was as though we got a peek into regular Moroccan life at a much smaller scale than the more popular major cities, and we were content to move on to Marrakesh the next day. Then the earthquake happened. We were shaken pretty hard, but luckily everyone was okay and the damage was minimal. Many people have died due to this tragic event in Marrakesh especially, including near the Medina. Had we cut even a day from Essaouira, we would have been right in the middle of this. We did not hesitate to stay in Essaouira another day while we sorted out where to go next. It had become a safe place to make a plan and get advice on what we should do. We ultimately decided to skip Marrakesh and head north to Rabat instead. In the end, I'm so glad we gave so much time to Essaouira, and in return, I feel she kept us safe when we needed her most. I'll always be grateful to the city, to its people, and to its incredible sunsets. I can certainly say Essaouira is worth more than just a day trip. Also, I got food poisoning there.